Hi everyone! I know this channel is called Wouter in Spain, but not quite yet, because first we had another trip planned to the mountains in Austria. We went with my sister and my dad, and we all drove to Austria together. Most of that day consisted of driving through Germany. When we got to Bavaria, there were hop fields all around us and hills on the horizon, and these quickly turned into mountains as we entered Austria. When we got to our apartment, we were greeted by a double rainbow, so that's a great sign for the week to come, of course. And that night we celebrated with schnitzel and apfelstrudel, Austrian cuisine. Our goal for the trip was to climb some klettersteiges. These are climbing routes where you're secured with a steel cable going all along the mountain. Our first klettersteig was an easy one, with the wonderful name Heidi. First we had to clamber through some gravel to get to the start. Along the way there were a few steep parts and this, a very cool rope bridge over a small gorge. All in all, it was an easy climb to the top where we got to enjoy the view. The days after we tried some more climbs. One of them we had to bail because it was very wet and slippery. But the next day the weather was great and we climbed a klettersteig called Anna. This one was much higher and much tougher than we expected. And honestly, I wasn't able to feel much of it until we got to the top. After that we had a rest day until we went to the climbing route we were looking forward to all week. A klettersteig called Donnerkogel. To get to that route we had to take a gondola up, and as we approached we could already tell we were not the only ones on this route today. As it turned out, one of the more difficult parts of this route was right at the start, which means there was a bit of a bottleneck. But luckily it was much quieter after that, and it was a very good climb until we got to the highlight of the route, the Stairway to Heaven, a 40-meter long free-hanging ladder over this huge ravine. Climbing that ladder was definitely one of the most spectacular parts of the trip. And even though the entire route felt pretty crowded, once again the views were definitely worth it.
Hey, very high.
So that was our trip to Austria. It was very fun, even if it was a bit poorly planned just 1 week before we moved to Spain. I'm filming this a bit late because there was still so much to do before the move, and secretly we're already there. But that's for next time. So subscribe if you don't want to miss it. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Hasta luego!